Hey Soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading, we're taking a look at how you can heal your relationship dynamics with others. And to do that, we're gonna see what shadow is holding you back and how to heal it exactly. And to do this reading, we are going to be picking between 3 piles for today's reading. So let's pull out, I see them are 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. All right, so for pile number 1, we have as above, so below. For pile number 2, we have autumn winds. And for pile number 3, we have shadow and light. If you like to pick only using the cards, then you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. But if you like to pick with crystals or pick with both the cards and the crystals, then I'll be right back. So for pile number 1, you have the blue calcite, and this is what your crystal looks like. For pile number 2, you have the opalite, and this is what your crystal looks like. And for pile number 3, you have the amethyst, and this is what your crystal looks like. So take a look at which one of these 3 piles or 3 crystals you're the most drawn to, and that will probably be the pile for you here today. But this is a reading about your shadow. There could be many things that your shadow wants to show you in order to heal and improve your relationship dynamics with others and enjoy this relationship with them. So if you're drawn to more than one pile or maybe all of the piles, then trust your intuition. There's definitely a strong message for you there as well. But if you're only drawn to one, then also believe that this is your pile where you're going to get your specific message from your shadow. This is meant to be a healing reading, and so it's going to greatly focus on advice from your shadow and from your higher self in with regards to how to heal it exactly in the most simplest way and easy way and the shortest way in which you can heal this shadow, with specific clear steps on how to do that. And as usual, after you've taken your time to take a look at your crystals and piles, please head down to the description box. You'll find the timestamp there. Click on your timestamps and I'll catch you in your readings. Hey Soul family, welcome to your shuffling and pile preparation process. It is so lovely to have you here as we prepare for your piles. And before we begin, let me introduce your cards to you, the ones that we will be using today. On the left are the oracle decks and on the right are the tarot decks. All right, so let's get straight into it. And today we are getting messages from your shadow and your higher self on how to heal your relationship dynamics. What is the shadow that is holding you back and how can you heal it exactly? All right, so let's get straight. Oh, by the way, if you're interested in any of the decks that I use, you'll find that I always leave their names down in the description box. Okay, so what is your shadow with regards to the relationship dynamics that you have with others, the one that you can heal and integrate in order to have a healthier connections, and how can you heal it? Okay? What is the shadow that is holding you back? And what is your advice on how to heal it exactly? There we go. I feel like this one also needs to come out for the third pile, and I'm going to respect that. I'm going to keep it. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Let's now move on to your tarot decks. And we'll be taking 2 cards from each deck, as we always do. Ooh. So, 1, 2, 1 and 2. One and 2. Oh, there's an extra one. Perhaps this is a message for you if you're watching this preparation for your pile. So let's see what it is. Just have a quick look on what this wants to say. This is the 6 of Wands. Well, there's one clear message. You are going to be very successful at integrating this shadow in this lifetime. There's no question about it. I see people cheering here for you, which means you're going to be really loved, actually, really included. You're going to have warm connections with others. What a lovely card to pop out for you. Okay, so that's wonderful. Right, next deck. What is your shadow and how are you advised to integrate it and heal it once and for all? There we go. This one's moving. There seems to be another message for you. What's up today? Oh, so this is the 8 of Wands. It's really all about working on it. That's the 8 of Wands, mastering that skill. Just like an artist, in the beginning you might feel like you don't know how to do certain techniques and how to be a great artist one day, but it's really about learning certain techniques and using your sense. And with that, you draw a beautiful picture of your life that will one day become your own reality, the one that you're walking in, the one that you're living. So your message today is don't give up too quickly, just like an artist, build it bit by bit. And it's an art, healing the shadow. It's an art. Take it bit by bit, be patient, and one day you're going to find yourself to be the greatest artist of your own world, where just like a magical paintbrush, you are so good that you're able to paint the reality of your own world, live it, and have wonderful, intimate connections with others that is able to move forward smoothly. Isn't that wonderful? Look at the horse. Even the horse is painting art as it's walking. Their feet are paintbrushes. It's like it's going to become part of you, this art. You're not going to be thinking about it anymore. It's just you're going to be moving with these skills as if it was always part of you. Wonderful. Okay, let's now move to the next deck. So your message is really keep at it. Just keep at it. Don't give up too quickly. And that's how you become a master at something, right? 1, 2, and 3. And remember, every skill in the world is learnable. Every skill is learnable. Okay, so if you feel like you want to heal something, never give up in the very beginning and feel like, oh, I don't have the skill. Every skill in the world is learnable. It's amazing how you watch people who felt that they weren't born with a certain skill, that they didn't have the skills for it, and how amazing they are today at what they do. So keep at it is exactly the message that came during the preparation pile. It's like you got a tiny reading there from your higher self or your shadow on what to do exactly. Okay, it's kind of like a secret reading here that you're meant to hear since you watched this preparation today. Okay, so let's now put them together neatly. That will be the first pile. That is pile number 1 with the blue calcite. Pile number 2 pile number 2 with the opalite and pile number 3. With the amethyst. I'll leave it like this. There we go. So, thank you so much for spending this sacred time with me. It is always a pleasure. Believe me, I always feel your energies. It's just that there's, I believe that energetically, of course, we always feel each other. We always feel each other's energies, even if we're not like physically there with each other. We, during that time, not just me and you, but everyone watching this reading, it's kind of like this time where we zen and we're connecting. That's how I feel exactly as I prepare these piles for you every day. So thank you for spending this time with me. I love you guys very much. I feel blessed to have a beautiful soul family like you. Thank you for being you, and thank you for choosing to be here. It is my honor to serve you and read your cards every day. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I will always honor it and cherish it. Most importantly, for connecting with you guys. And let's get straight into your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful blue calcite as well as this card. As above, so below. It says duality, balance, and flow. Let's see. Oh, my apologies. Let's see how this card fits into your reading today. And we're taking a look at messages from your shadow and your higher self on how to heal the shadow that it may be holding you back from healing your relationship dynamics with others. Okay, so we'll be starting off with your oracle cards first. So here we have King. Ooh, what powerful energy. So the light attributes are enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. The shadow attributes are excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. Again, let's see how this is going to fit into your reading. You have the dragonfly and pansy with balance. Okay, and the last oracle card is, look at that, connecting with others. This is the 23rd moon mansion with confession. This moon mansion is ruled by Venus and Mercury in Capricorn. And you can see the leaves are all lips, connecting, talking, right? All right, so let's now take a look at your tarot cards. I'm intrigued. I wonder what this is trying to say. You have, ooh, interesting. You have the 9 of Pentacles. Okay. You have, wow, the Sun card. You have the World card. You also have the Ace of Cups. You have the Five of Pentacles. You have the Star card. Wow. The Star in conjunction with the Sun. That's you must be a very powerful person. That's for sure. You have the Two of Cups. Hold on. Right, just being careful with the new rules. This is the Two of Cups. And you have the Magician. So first things first, let's take a look at what is the shadow that is holding you back from creating that amazing dynamics here. I mean, this is catching my attention. Look at that Star card, pouring the light and the shadow, and they're forming shapes. How interesting, on the floor. Also, the floor caught my attention somewhere. There's blood on the floor here. So let's take it in little by little. All right, I think the lighting is clearer this way. All right, let's leave the flooring to the side for now, although I do see it here as well, the floor. So flooring, for some reason, is very important in your reading. We'll get to it in a second. We'll explore the symbology that's trying to show up in your reading. But right off the bat, the thing that I can see very clearly in your reading is that you are someone who has a very strong character, a very empowering character. You see here in the Two of Cups, you're able to have a strong influence on others. The king needs no introduction, of course. Very powerful person. You have Medusa. And, you know, with Medusa, whoever looks into her eyes turns into stone, right? So we get this idea that you have a piercing look, very strong character. You have Utu here, which is a very old Sumerian deity who's appeared in Sumerian writings very thousands and thousands of years ago, which kind of shows me that this inherent strength that you have is natural. It's kind of like, in my opinion, has come from many, 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 many past lives, coming back to Earth as a strong person. Maybe you were an emperor, a king, over and over. You've built your strong character over many, many lives, not just in this lifetime. So in my opinion, I believe that you were born very strong. And in fact, your whole reading, part of it, is really about balance. You have balance here. Do you see that? Also in the dragonfly, you have balance. In the Star card, look at your cards, the sun, the star, someone who is strong, greatly seen. You can't miss this person, which is you, of course. You have the six-rayed star, which is an ancient symbol of balance as well, balance between the masculine energy and the feminine energy. So overall, the first thing that we can establish in your reading is that you are a very, very strong character with a strong look, and you're able to have great influence on others. You're so strong that I feel like there is this idea that you're not dependent that much on the outside world, and you stick to your bubble with the World card here. You feel maybe one of the positive things about you, the strong things about you, is like you are to a great extent happy in your own bubble, right? You have this bubble and you are able to create wonderful things within your bubble. You take very good care of yourself. Look at this Ace of Cups holding all her inner children. It's like, it's, in my opinion, a symbol of exaggeration of just how much you take care of you, So much so that it is kind of becoming your shadow in a way where there is an imbalance here. And you can greatly see it with the Five of Pentacles, where the lack is at. Do you see how this person is handling their pentacles outside their own place? And you think the easiest way to juggle is, you know, to take these pentacles and juggle them inside, right? Why are they making it so hard on themselves? And I feel like, here's the thing, your inner bubble is so important that you take extra measures that may be causing this anxiety to keep things, or maybe keep people on the outside. I'll try to figure out why, but this is what your shadow is showing us at the moment. But when you do want, however, to step outside, I feel like people are charmed by you. Do you see that? And just like the magician here is able to entertain people, you see the shadows at the back, people looking at you and going, wow, this person is a skilled person. They're interesting. They're just like magic. It's like you bring your magic to the outside world when people see you. But as I was saying that, my eyes fell exactly on the clock, just like Cinderella, you know, 12 o'clock hits and she has to go back home. So I get this idea that although you're really magical with your connections with others, it's very limited. It's a few hours or a few minutes or just a little time before you go, oh, I'm late, I need to go back to my bubble. That's exactly what I am seeing here, my dear pile number one. But make no mistake that this is definitely, as much as you enjoy your inner world, but look at the ice on the houses. Somehow it is cold. Somehow it is definitely affecting you. And look at that, as above, so below. It's an ancient coat, like it's not just a coat that's been there for hundreds of years. It's a coat that goes back to even ancient Egypt, and I've read somewhere that it may even go way back before that. So as above, as below shows us that our actions affect our world. There is no doubt about it. So that's the clear message here. First of all, that your shadow wants to tell you that it's like you're creating your own floor with the positive and the negative that you're creating. You're walking on it at the end of the day. It becomes your path. It becomes your life. So be careful how you walk your path and what you consider is what you enjoy. Exactly, because it may give you benefit, but it also may be the very thing that is affecting your spiritual growth when it comes to your connections with other people. Let's explore that even further, my dear pile number one. Let's explore that. Look, the first thing I'm noticing here in the Five of Pentacles, as independent as you are, and as strong as you are, and as charming as you are, this imbalance is creating some, you know how when we say, when someone has an accident, what is it called? Let me just recall my memory. It's called a crutch. So this tells me that you may be, without realizing, depending on either people or something, and like a crutch, because it's kind of what's keeping you, I don't want to say in balance, but they're providing you just a little bit to keep it going. So this is all to continue to stay in your bubble here. So these crutches could be actual people, as we see here. It could be a certain habit, like, but it's definitely then in that case a habit that's gone too far. Maybe it's like eating that's going too far, or consuming something that's going too far, or maybe even it could even be entertainment or television or YouTube, something that's gone too far here. in order to keep that lifestyle, knowing, as we can see from your shadow, that this lifestyle is not balanced at the moment. And so that's why the flooring is paved with light and shadow. Light because you're full of power. You're someone who is creative, strong, charismatic. Imagine with the magician, super skilled, what you can do with these powers. Imagine someone with all of these powers keeping it to themselves in their own bubble. What can you do with it on the outside? Now, it's good to talk and analyze. I think the important thing here to really be able to help you out in this reading is to find out why this bubble exists in the first place. Why is there a bubble? Actually, as I was saying that, I looked at Medusa, to be honest with you. I looked at Medusa. Medusa was, there was a huge unfair story with Medusa. So she was turned into Medusa because it is said it's because of her relationship with Poseidon. But really, she didn't do anything. She was rather seduced by Poseidon. So it's really unfair. His wife's wrath turned her into Medusa and her beautiful hair into snakes. So I feel like she's been through a lot of unfairness for sure. And this is the energy that I'm seeing here. I feel like with all of this strength, you may be so enclosed within yourself, using your power to protect your bubble. You were born strong. You were born as a strong character. So whenever you do actually stand out, you do stand out. Look at the sun and the star. So you do stand out. You charm others. You're like the center of attention here. All eyes on you. You're very skilled. You're very talented. Look, someone who's gone through many, many lifetimes, what would one expect? Especially in positions of power. So it's kind of like you're using that power to protect yourself, but you're holding on too tight here, it looks like, my dear pile number 1. So I see that your shadow may be giving you a message that you're not seeing, that you're building your reality here. You may want to be careful because although it's easy for you to come out and charm others, it's still the path that you're taking, and long before you know it, they will become your story, and you may find yourself being harmed by other habits or people, maybe this is sometimes it's falling in love with the wrong person. There's something there that may be harmful to you in the long run because you may be too independent on this person or on this habit or on something to keep it going for you, when it could be done in a much easier way. This is exactly here what I see in your reading. I see a great need for balance, a great need. Would you see the lips on the tree? Connecting and talking with others. In fact, with Mercury here. So it's really about slowly taking yourself into the bubble. As I was saying that, my eyes fell on Utu. Utu, like I said, is a very old deity, the deity of the sun, the god of the sun. Very powerful god in the Sumerian, as presented in the Sumerian writings. And he was believed to have knowledge, to see from above everything that is going on in the world. Has the latest news, can see everything from above, and that's why sometimes, by the way, was thought of as the god of divination, especially when Utu united forces with the god of the weather, is able to tell him, look, it looks like the weather is going to be like that, and is able to also protect travelers as well. So powerful, beautiful deity with the sun here. And as I was asking the question, this is where my eyes felt. Let me think about that. It's really funny. Even the star card here kind of has the same idea of looking at a bigger picture, looking from above. Do you see the Star card has an eye popping out of its brain with wings to see the overall picture from the outside and deliver the news? What could that mean? Let me think about it. Oh, a lot of flying, a lot of looking at things from a bigger picture, from a bigger perspective. Oh, you know what? I think it's leading us to see in the direction that you may not be seeing. Because look at that. Here you have this person pouring the light into the world from an apple, which shows that you're talented, you have a lot of power, you have a lot of skills, and you've definitely created a lot of successes, and you've made people awestruck by you throughout your life with what you're able to create. And so that brought a lot of positive things into your world. Look at what the shadow is coming from. It looks like an urn. So also, because of the pain, I think you may in this case be enclosing yourself, yes, because of the past pain, thinking that as you enclose yourself in this bubble, you'll be able to melt the coldness. You'll be able to heal yourself from the unfairness of the world, the harsh treatment that you may have gotten, maybe as a child or from something that happened from an unfair person or unfair people. You were greatly treated with unfairness here, that's for sure. And it kind of like killed a part in you. And that has also been your experience so far. The white and the black. You've had great experiences that maybe others haven't had, but also some hurtful ones that maybe others didn't need to walk through or go through, which with the root and sacral chakra may have greatly affected your stability. Your stability, and to keep that power that you have, you had to enclose yourself. So that dying part inside you, you keep, see, that's why it's redirecting your attention, your eyes, illuminating your way in this reading. You keep taking the direction perhaps of enclosing yourself when really the healing is pointing to the outside world. The more you think you're going to heal in your bubble, it's just a matter of time, the more perhaps you're reliving or not proving, maybe, I'm just guessing here, maybe not proving to your mind that you can break out of the cycle. Maybe it's just keeping you energetically enclosed within this energy. When the healing is the air outside, healing will happen as you take yourself out of this bubble. Let's get more information on that. How can you heal yourself? Okay, it's easy to say, let's get out of the bubble, right? Or you're advised to get out of the bubble. What then? What's then? But I will tell you something until we explore that. Until then, if you don't, you are building underlying unhealthy attachments to either people or things, as we've explored here as well in the Five of Pentacles. So, yeah. Go outside and do what now is becoming the question that I'm seeing here. Go outside and do what? Especially that we've established that as above, so below, your actions will greatly affect your outside world. Being enclosed is resulting in attachment. Going outside, first, what will it result to? And second, what to do when you go outside. Let me get your deck and explore that. Okay, got your box so that we can do more clarifications and your deck, but I did notice something. That this is the Knight of Pentacles at the end of the day, the Medusa card. 9 of Pentacles, which shows that you can be both independent within yourself and happy. So this whole shadow can be healed, especially that you're someone who holds great healing powers within you that needs to come out. And someone that is very powerful. It's easy for you to apply advice. And find your real balanced independence rather than the unbalanced independence. Sorry about that. There we go. Right, so now I'm just going to use this box because I don't want to ruin your spread. We keep moving the cards around every week and I have to readjust them. So this way we can just see the extra cards and remove it. Right, so we want to know, what are you advised to do when you go outside? What should you do going outside? For pile number 1, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you know what? I can like kind of push them up a little bit and get more cards here if needed. All right. So you have the Lover's card. Oh, the seduction that you are able. It's like you're a magical being. People just keep loving you. You're charming, it seems. It's like you're out into the world and you're an instant danger into the world. People just love you. And I say, of course, danger in a very playful way. You have, again, the 9 of Pentacles. You see that? The real independence. But I see so many things as well here. Okay, you have, oh, look at that. That's wonderful. That's the 4 of Cups. You have the Devil card. I think I may need to cover that as well. All right, Devil card. Right. You have the King of Pentacles at the bottom. If we need more, we are going to be we'll draw more cards. So what is your advice on what to do in the outside world? You see the keys with you right there with the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. So the first thing I'm noticing that even here in the Devil card, there's pregnancy, there's a child. So there's a huge emphasis, if you can see here, even that card is not the one that got covered by the box. I feel like there's a huge emphasis on overly protecting your inner child to an extent with the Devil card where it may be very harmful to you. Right, so here I see this combination with the Lover's card and the 9 of Pentacles, of both bringing out your charisma into the world, creating beautiful, healthy connections. But see with the snake here at the feet, you always get some attachment form here. Always connect with others without getting too attached with the 9 of Pentacles. Continue to be out there. This way you're safe and you're not creating unhealthy connections. So continue to go out to know people, all while staying connected. So you can still keep your inner peaceful world, but not be too stuck where you're in a beautiful place and the key's within you, but you may be imprisoning yourself all while you have the key. When you're out, bringing your charm out, dealing with others, you will have, knowing so many people, you will have the option to drop now the toxic connections and the relationships that with the blood are bringing you pain and hurt easily, because now you are not overly independent on someone or something. Also, this could be talking about it allowing you to drop the things that you are greatly connected to keep your inner world going. So the things that you could be attached to. Also, it will help you not feel overly dissatisfied, that overly feeling of coldness within your world. Overly, I mean strong sense of coldness within your world. So I see that the great stability here with the King of Pentacles is the balance with the outside and the internal world coming together. So part of what you're doing is actually right. It's very important to protect your space and to be independent. That's a wonderful thing. But it looks like to me that it's also very important to go out there and shine. You see in the Nine of Pentacles here, they're dressed in a really nice way with a beautiful purple dress and some heels, you know? It's all about going out there, showing yourself into the world, bringing out your magic, experiencing love with many other people, but keeping that balance of the thing that you're doing right by being independent, but also connecting with others. So basically, what are your cards saying when it comes to getting into the outside world? It's showing your magic to the outside world. Healing lies for you in the outside world, especially when you connect with others and you bring your magic and you bring your talent as well into the world. This way you heal this what's becoming maybe a toxic relationship of healing your inner child. Why do I say toxic? Because do you see the mother here? I don't want to say toxic, but maybe unhealthy is the right word. I'm very sorry about that. I mean unhealthy. Do you see the mother is kind of like squashing their child? They think they're petting them or they're taking care of them, but soon they may be, squashing them. So perhaps, or this is saying that you may be taking too care of your inner child, but you may be suffocating it as well, because it's a creative inner child. It's a strong inner child that wants to go out and charm the world, have fun, experience the world, and not be stuck in that bubble. At the same time, it also wants to bring out its creativity, the talents that it has to bring out important things into the world. So yeah, the key here is within your hands, my dear pile number 1. You're strong, you're charming. It's all up to you to bring it out whenever you want. And you can always take it back when you need a break. But you will find your healing out in the world and not in the inner bubble. Your main energy here in terms of what your shadow wants to tell you about your healing is the talking, is the connecting, it's the Mercury energy with other people. Charming, do you see how many cards it has with you connecting with others? It's just so beautiful, and how you charm them. It's just the same energy from different decks. So go out there, be charming as you are, my dear pile number 1, and enjoy your beautiful connections with others. Let others see you. With the Sun card, you will heal as you become a star, as you're meant to be. A king is not meant to stay indoor. A king is not meant to not be seen. A king is a shining star. A king is a leader. So you're really meant to be out there and connect with others to heal that sort of unfairness and let it heal. This is exactly what I see in your readings, my dear pile number 1. It was such an enjoyable reading. Your energy is just fascinating, and I wish you the best of luck out there. This was your message. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload, and please don't forget to check out my productivity book, my dear pile number 1. This book could really help you out in your productivity journey. If you're looking towards achieving your goals and making your dreams come true, this book not only teaches you how to become a productive person efficiently right away, but it also teaches you how to continually be productive, and all while enjoying and having fun at the same time. If you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And my dear pile number 1, that was your reading, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful Opalite crystal as well as your card. Let's keep it here actually. As well as your card. No, you won't see it here. Autumn winds, new paths, changes, and unforeseen forces. Let's keep it right there and see what your message is with regards to healing your relationship dynamics with others from your shadow and your higher self. Specifically, what shadow is holding you back and how to heal it exactly. So you have God. Wow, the piles today. Ooh, so light attributes, you have benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. The shadow attributes are despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. If you were drawn to pile number 1 and 2, I really wouldn't be surprised. Maybe in pile number 2, you're also drawn to pile 1. If you were a little bit drawn, I would highly encourage you to check it out. All right, you also have bridge. This is the 6th moon mansion, ruled by Mercury and Venus in Gemini. Okay. You have the antelope and wheat with nourishment. All right, so these are your oracle cards. Now I believe it's time for us to check your tarot cards. You have the 8 of Wands. Wow, look at these witches going, so beautiful. Okay, certainly the first thing right off the bat, and I'm not surprised, I mean, you're watching tarot, but really you are a highly spiritual person, that's for sure. A lot of psychic magical powers. You have a lot of psychic magical powers for sure, more than the average psychic person. At least you're in so much contact with it, you're so much in touch with it, you have so much magic within you. You have the King of Cups. It's like you're able to, you have such magical powers and such energy that you're able to shift energy and change things, really. Because you have Kraken here, and he's able to shift. This is in Norse mythology. He's able to shift and affect the current. So yeah, strong being with strong magical powers, so strong in fact that you're able to shift and affect energy greatly. With the witches here, perhaps in the background of the moon, perhaps this shows that you're so much in touch with your feminine power, with your magical powers, and you're able to manifest things into your world. Your anger and wrath affects the people around you. You know, I don't think with that type of energy that someone can harm you and get away with it. Never. Such a strong being, karma will hit them back. Your energy is going to hit them back. Your presence, your strength is, especially when you're in touch with it, greatly exudes from your aura, and people are able to feel it nearly physically. Pile number 2, powerful, powerful being. Wow. You have the moon card, right? Getting a lot of moons, a lot of psychic powers. You have the 3 of Pentacles. You have the 2 of Cups. Very interesting. All right. You have the 10 of Swords. Wow. Strongest 10 of Swords I've seen. Okay. You have the Fool card. And you have the High Priestess. Wow. Again, you can clearly see how in tune and touch you are to the spiritual world. I think you have so much knowledge and information that not only came from the books you've read and the information you've acquired, but really so much of it is self-taught as you connected with the other world, as you've connected spiritually with your angels, with God, with unknown energy. And you've understood, you've gained wisdom so much because the High Priestess, from the other world. Why? Because the High Priestess is the gatekeeper between this world and the other world, is the gatekeeper to so much knowledge, so much knowledge of the unknown. So you just know things, you know? You feel like when something is wrong, you just know it. And not only do you know it, you're so sure about it. This would tell me that you are highly aware of people's energies. To you, no one can wear a mask. You can see people right through them. You know, you meet someone, and if everyone sees them like a regular person, oh yeah, that's a fox. This is a dear person, or has sweet energy. This is that. It's so easy for you. Look at all the stars on the waist on their clothes, connected to the sky. Do you see that? I hope you can see it there. You're so connected. It's unbelievable, and you do it like it's a piece of cake. Do you see the bell here above the fox or the wolf? And yeah, the wolf. It's like you're alert to it. It's like, I see you, I know what you're all about. Again, the Three of Pentacles here, your collaboration is with the spiritual world. It's like it tells you, you know? It tells you what's up. It tells you where to go, what to do. You're so in tune and connected. That is right off the bat as we take a look at your reading here. In fact, you see the bridge here? It's like, again, you have this like a bridge. You're connected from this world to the other world all the time. It's something that just happens for you automatically. Okay, so we've established that. Let's get to the main reading now. Obviously, that's a big part of the reading, especially when we see that you are highly attuned to the energies of the people around you. You know who's good, you know who's bad. 10 of Swords here as well. We have a lot of people. There's so much to talk about. But let's take it step by step here. Right. So if we're going to talk about a shadow that is holding you back, the cards that are calling for my attention in this case are the strong 10 of Swords here, and also your main card, the Autumn Winds. This tells me that there is a shadow related to hurt and pain, because 10 of Swords a lot of the time has to do with being stabbed in the back, especially if you do look at the regular Rider-Waite-Smith depiction of the 10 of Swords. We do see someone laying flat on the ground, face down, and 10 swords on the back. So I would say that the pain that needs healing or needs your attention, that your shadow is trying to show you, is pain that has to do with perhaps dealings with other people that at some point, it's a sunflower, it's a symbol of power, that kind of try to take away your power. I think these people may be family. Why am I saying that? Because of the roots, you know? Because of the roots of these people and the umbilical cords that I see here. So they're either family members or really close friends. In all cases, they are people who are very dear to you. This is what I see happened here, that your shadow is showing you in order to try to heal. Because healing that will truly help you bring out the God energy in you to connect playfully and freely with other people. So something has happened here that created great change. I'm not sure when did this happen. Did it happen when you were older? Did it happen when you were young? Did it happen several times? I'm not sure. But what I am sure about is that something big hurt you. It was a big stab in the back from dear people, and it changed everything here with the Autumn Winds. I believe that you have created barriers between you and people ever since this pain was created. Maybe you do not trust people any longer. And you know that Chinese proverb, speaking of the wind, of the autumn winds and the winds of change, you know, it says, when the wind of change blows, some people build walls and others build windmills. And I see that your shadow is saying, you've built walls for far too long now, and it's time to use that shadow and use that pain to build windmills, to create healing and power that can never go away. To create something that empowers you, that works for you. So this energy was introduced to you maybe to break out of, I don't know, there are many reasons. The Fool would say naivety. Yeah, to break out of naivety, to be more aware of, it's naivety with the Fool card. To understand that even within the same pond, there could be toxicity, or could be a toxic environment, you know? It seems like these were people who were nourishing to the soul for you at some point, but turned out to be the same people who brought you pain. But I don't want to crack a joke, but I want to show you something really funny. I think they're messing with the wrong person here, because your wrath, oh my God, they certainly have messed with the wrong person. And why am I saying that? Because you look so strong in the Ten of Swords. You have risen like a strong person, and you don't take the hit and run. You're someone who has so much power within that it is felt on the outside. They have felt your power, they have felt your anger, they have felt your pain. You've hit back perhaps, or you have affected their energies too. They have certainly realized that you're not, if I say if you're not a weak person, this is not being fair to you. I think they've realized how much of a strong person you are, and how much of a mistake it was to deal with someone like you in the way that they have done. They have realized who they were dealing with. I think that these people are absolutely shocked with the type of power that they found within you. They would have never known, unless these things have happened, just how much of a strong person you are. And seems to be a lot of water in your reading. And not only are you in touch of your emotions, but you see, there's always a pond and water here. It's like they are within your environment, and they've gotten affected with your wrath. It's like it's not you that was just affected, but your sadness and pain and anger and energy affected their lives too. So it's kind of like without you realizing the pain, they have paid for it, because you wouldn't just let it go and run. In order to heal and regrow again, you've shaken the currents, and as you've built your boundaries and as you've released your anger and pain, you have shaken their world as well. So it's like the fish in the pond is dying. Do you see that? From different decks. I gotta show you this. I hope you're seeing this. Look at that. 2 fish, or I don't know, is this a bird? But they're dying, and even with the pond, the fishes are turning green. So yeah, it's like they've affected you, and you have affected the whole sea or the whole pond or river, and it came back to them, hitting their environment. If you think they haven't paid back for it, and I know you're not waiting for it to hit back, I'm just telling you, the way you've protected yourself and risen up from this unfairness that happened, or the stabbing in the back, there's a lot of green and a lot of rottenness happening from different decks. It's mind-blowing, right? It is truly mind-blowing. Different decks, there's this idea of wiltedness, rotting, dying around you, not you. You're super healthy and dancing, strong. Look at you in every card. And it's always your environment that is affected, just like Kraken and the ships here. Here, do you see that? The wilted flower and the people. Look at how it looks like they look all strong, but really they're dying. It's like they're wilting. Also here, with the Fool card, look at the fish. They're green and toxic. You're in color. You're healthy. So yeah, you've risen, you've healed, you've nourished yourself with the wheat here, symbolically, yeah. But the people around you have been greatly affected by your rise, right? So we've really taken a look at what happened here and your environment, the story behind this shadow. In fact, the wheat here is showing me that there is a cycle. We'll get back to that in a second. But we've established who you are, the type of strength that you have, the type of intuition that you have, and the wake-up call and the waking up from the naivety that happened here. So back to the winds of change. In terms of how to heal it, your advice from your shadow and your higher self on how to heal it. Remember, we said some build walls and some build windmills. So really, it's time here to use that learning to connect better with others rather than maybe spending alone time. It's time to connect with others and rather than to protect yourself with the walls here, build walls around you from others. So these were learnings that were meant to make you stronger and connect better with others and not meant to build walls around you. Okay, so we've understood that as well. Now comes the next question. How are you now advised to go out and deal with other people? Especially that you are so attuned to other people's energies, you get to see who's what. So what is this card telling us? She's wearing a watch, this figure. So timing is also important. How are you advised now, knowing about your strong psychic powers, your powerful energy, and what you've learned from the past? What is your advice from your shadow? This is the Two of Cups connectivity, right? I feel like there's a need for movement, not only because there are rollerblades, but because of the Eight of Wands, the movement. I see intuitively here in your Two of Cups that in order to make good, healthy connections, I think the place that you may be in where you're trying to connect is full of people that may be acting like wolves, that don't have your energy, right? And you're highly aware of their energies with the bell here, perhaps is why you've built these strong walls. And it's like these ponds or this environment is dying. And maybe you shouldn't be fixing it. Maybe there's such, it's a toxic environment is what I want to say. And so long as you're there, you're going to have strong walls. That part is not wrong. It's not like being naive again and opening up your walls and getting hit just like before, right? So you've learned that lesson. It's really about going to the place where there are kindred souls. Do you see that? It's waiting outside on the other side here. Also, we see witches flying together. So there's a community that matches your beautiful, strong energy. healthy energy. And I feel like maybe your shadow's showing you that you're trying in the wrong place and hence blocking that growth that needs to happen. Even if you look at the Fool card, which is a card all about beginning a new journey, the ship is right there waiting. It's about leaving this environment to find kindred souls, right? Now, the leaving doesn't have to be costly. It doesn't have to be leaving jobs and leaving homes and, although if you could, that's highly recommended. If you could, it's definitely highly recommended. But this is more like maybe connecting with other worlds and other types of people. It's like their time here, the time you spend in this environment must be really kept to a minimum with the time here. The hand watch is there for a reason. It's about finding communities where you can start seeing people who are similar to your energy and your thoughts and your balanced energy as well. Changes here. And you see, we see directions. It's certainly about movement here, shifting your energy to another place. For example, what is connecting here with the Gemini to others? Like joining activities, for example, is the first thing I can think of. I will bring out your cards and ask. I'm just thinking out loud before we do. Like joining activities where you can meet new people. So it's not just about packing and leaving. Although if you can, it's advised. But joining new charities or joining people who like book reading clubs or anything that really where you meet people who enjoy doing the same thing as you. You're highly more likely to find healthier, better people who match your energy as you do these things. But this part was from me, right? We're gonna ask what your shadow and higher self is advising you to do. That part was honestly from me. So let's see what your cards are saying. How are you advised? We don't want to ruin your spread, so I'm just going to keep this box here. We can easily move it out. Okay. How are you advised to change your environment as we see here as your advice? How are you advised to turn into a windmill rather than building walls? And connect with others, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So let's see what you have. Let's keep these here for a second so that we can open these up. So you have the Queen of Swords. Wow. Okay. Ooh, 8 of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. Do you see the walls? And, ooh la la, the Page of Wands. Isn't that cool? Let's see the other 2 cards before we start. You have the King of Pentacles. And you have the Lover's card. I mean, these 2 cards came out in the clarification of pile number 1. Again, I think this is an invitation for you to check pile number 1. It might give you more information. Right. Look at that 8 of Pentacles. It's certainly an advice of meeting others as you do something productive together, It's not just about meeting them out. I really feel this is about creation, energy of creation, creating something with them. So the energy of creation would be close to what I guessed doing activities with others. Also here we see with the Nine of Wands, building walls. I really see it as an invitation to break out of it, because when you do, look at that, you will be forming beautiful connections, strong, beautiful connections with others, especially in that place. And I see the time, like as time is running, which kind of tells me that if you wait on it, you will spend so much unnecessary time alone. I see that with the TikTok here. TikTok is like, come on, if you continue to wait for the right time will not come. It's rather with the Queen of Swords about creating that time, maybe within your schedule, or finding, creating that right time to go out. Because if you wait for the right time will never come. And you are advised to break out of the walls now. Also, I see that if you are hindered by things like the weather or any type of circumstances that may be convincing you that it's not really the time to connect with other people or to do these activities, you see this person has found a solution to walking on icy ground. So it's kind of like a symbol to now create solutions for the challenges that you have in your mind with regards to activities. Like, oh, well, maybe I don't have a car to go to this specific place. Then maybe it's about time you ask for certain transportation that you can afford that could take you there. Or maybe I don't have these specific things. Maybe it's about time you start saving for it so you can start these fun activities. Or whatever challenge is in the way that is kind of convincing you, oh, it's not the time for me to deal with this. I see with the Queen of Swords, no, it is the time to deal with this, and it's time to start figuring out how you can plan it and find your kindred souls. Because once you start activities or moving in the area, or however it is that works for you, in the area where your kindred souls or the people who are like you exist, just like the witches here, you will find great love and satisfaction with the people that you are going to meet there. And this is exactly what I see as your message from your shadow and your higher self on what it is that your shadow that is holding you back now. There's so much healing. I don't see that there was any type of emphasis really on the pains of the past. I think you've grown so much, and it's more about the last step of breaking out and to meet other people, because your shadow wants you to turn your learnings into a windmill and not into walls. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book if you're looking forward to achieving your dreams or learning how to be productive and, tick off your goals whenever you want. I promise you this book could really help you out. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate reading it in the first place, but really you'll find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And my dear pile number 2, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm wishing you the best of luck. Congratulations on your healing, and I'll catch you in the next reading. By the way, I just want to tell you something so quickly. You're a very powerful person. Do not fear ever dealing with people. People will always feel your power. There's no question about that. That's what your King of Cups here shows. All right, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful Amethyst, as well as this shadow and light card. Talk about healing your shadow, right? And I love how this girl is depicted as drinking coffee in this card, because it relates to a Buddhist concept that I will tell you about. It's really interesting that you were drawn to that. So let's keep it here. But it might translate in another way. Let's see how this fits into your reading. To do that, to heal your relationship with others, we're going to be taking a look at what shadow is holding you back and how to heal it. Yes, you got 2 of these cards, I remember, as we were preparing your piles. So, you have femme fatale, and with the light attributes, you have highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. The shadow attributes are inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money, and power. Okay, let's keep that here. Femme fatale. Wow. You have the 20th moon mansion with Jupiter and Mars in Sagittarius. This is very strong energy. All right, with precipice. Okay. Very strong energy here. Okay. You have, it seems like you're capable of being super charming, whether you know it or not. You have the sheep and blackberry with devotion. I'm seeing that you're kind of playing a role that's not yours. Let's take more cards here. You have the snail and huckleberry, trust in the invisible. Okay, let's find out more. Okay, we'll take a look at your tarot cards now. This is going to be a super interesting reading. Here's the thing. You're playing an energy that is not yours. Okay, you have the 2 of Pentacles. You have the 2 of Wands. You have the High Priestess. Oh, look at that. All the 2s here. 2, 2, 2. Have you been seeing a lot of 2s lately? If you have been seeing a lot of 2s, this is definitely the message it was pointing towards. It has to do with your connections with other people for sure, these signs. You have the Fool. The 8 of Cups. If you want to take a look at your cards. I just take a little longer with these ones because this is serialism and you may just want to have a longer look. You have the Justice card. So let me just put them up again for you to have a quick look in case you do want to. Yeah, that's the 8 of Cups. And this is the Justice card. You also have, we have to adjust that. 8 of Wands, 8 of Swords. Okay, you have to be careful with the rules. You have the 8 of Swords. And you have the Queen of Pentacles. What are we seeing here? Especially with this Queen of Pentacles. It's like there's a playful energy with the inner child. Anyways, let's move to the obvious part before we get along the rest of your reading. So here I see with femme fatale is that you are someone who has this very attractive character to them, but it's being like blocked in your sacral chakra with the orange here. This is blocked energy that needs to come out, and I feel like perhaps something happened. There's certainly a shadow here, and I'll tell you more about this in a second, but there's a shadow. Something happened maybe during your very early years that kind of blocked this energy that was supposed to come out naturally. There's something to your energy that draws people to you. Even now, my dear pile number 3, even now with all of what's going on and everything that we're going to be exploring in terms of your shadow, you are someone who exudes attractiveness, especially in your character. You exude some beautiful, sexual, healthy energy, but it's blocked at the moment. And even when it's blocked, what I wanted to say was people are drawn to you. They don't know why. There's this energy of people liking you and they don't even know why. I'll tell you what this energy says. You'll find, my dear pal number 3, that you walk into places and you are noticed. You will find that maybe people tend to gravitate towards the things that you do, the things that you come up with, what you wear. People are they gravitated to you and they don't even know why. Sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. Maybe you'll find people matching your energy. Maybe this means imitating you. Yeah, maybe you find people imitating you. So you certainly, even with the sacral chakra being blocked at the moment, and we're going to get to that in a second, you still exude energy that attracts people. Now imagine if this chakra is healed and you're able to bring all this beautiful energy out. How is that going to be? But instead of that, remember when I told you, you're going opposite to your energy. You're not being your true authentic self at all. You're doing something that is not you. We have the sheep here, and I feel like because of some sort of pain that happened in an early childhood, a lot of pain, it's like you're not bringing that beautiful energy out, but you're rather following other people's energy. Maybe you are following them in order to fit in, we see students. It's the energy of, going to school as an individual and coming out all looking the same, right? So I feel like you're not walking to the beats of your own drum, but maybe you're following others to fit in or to have peaceful energy, but it's not your energy. Sometimes you may find yourself unconsciously, because that's the shadow, doing that without realizing, because you may be looking for that peaceful energy that your inner child, in fact, is looking for, that is preventing and blocking this attractive energy to exude from you. Having femme fatale from the beginning, I was impressed. Wow. This is the ability to lure someone with your energy. Also, the wonderful thing about femme fatale, as you can see here, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. It shows that you're not blocked being in full contact with this energy. You're not affected when other people don't want it. You become even more attractive. You exude even more of your energy. You're not affected. You're not triggered. No one and nothing can take away that energy from you once you're in touch with it. So you have that. And it's about now reaching your shadow and being in touch with that. The opposite of that energy, or when that energy is blocked, I'm seeing that it didn't turn out to be inappropriate use of sensuality. I'm seeing it with the sheep here more as attachment. So I'm seeing it's turning to the opposite energy of being attached to following others, or is it creating peace? I'm guessing with this one, creating peace with others. Let's explore your cards. I think we'll find your answers there. But in any case, there's following here. And with trust in the invisible, I think you tend to downplay all the amazing things about you. It's like the world decided to create you as amazing, decided to create you as standing out, and it shines from you that you have the trouble of hiding it, but you've adapted by trying to become invisible. And even when you've tried to do that, it's seeping out, right? That red energy, you see, it's very it's popping out in your reading. we can see the pop of red. And no matter what you do, because look at these two cards, they're nearly faded with all of these greens and wood barks. You almost feel like you can't see them within the rest of the cards. But what can you see? The pentacles, of course, and the red between it. So the red is popping out. We can see that you are born meant to stand out. You're meant to do that. You cannot shut something down that's meant to be created in a certain way. And it's created in a certain way because the universe knows what it's doing. You have maybe a certain mission that you need to use that type of energy for. So it's like someone who was born with beautiful looks. For example, genetically gifted. Let's say all of the people around them are super jealous with just how handsome or beautiful this person is. Let's say they're extremely attractive. How long can this person hide their beauty if they're meant to be created this way, for example, right? So that's the type of energy that I see here. Someone who's meant, whether we all like it or not, meant to stand out. You're created for that. You were created to have this exotic, or what it's not exotic, I mean this sensual energy that lures and attracts people to you, and yet to create perhaps peace. This is my guess, I didn't see it yet. To create something, we'll find out together. You have shunned down your energy. You've learned to try to become invisible, although that's not gonna work for you. Okay, so what's the reason here? We know there's a shadow related to it. Something probably happened in early childhood here that's keeping you stuck in this energy. It's learning to merge, blend in with people, although you stand out, you know? It's learning not to show who you are, not to show your advantages, you know? That's coming out very clear. To not stand out. And that's probably what this is. Maybe it's not about peace, or maybe it is. But to be specific, it's learning to not stand out. Okay, so we understand that now exactly. Why you don't want to stand out? Because you want to be included. You want to be part of a group. You want to be included. But there is a high cost to that. Not only is it blocking your sacral chakra, be careful with that. Because that may also be affecting with the sacral chakra. This is sexual energy. This could even be affecting your love or romantic relationship. So be careful with that. So not only is it affecting your sacral chakra, it is also affecting your freedom with the Eight of Swords. You're stuck. Your soul, look at that. Your soul wants to get out and explore and have fun. But you're too afraid to do otherwise. And so you feel stuck. Making things work, you know, being included whenever you can, but feeling so unfree to be you. So unfree to practice the energy of your soul. Can you imagine? Of course you can imagine. I can only imagine that this is one of the most stuck emotions one can have. You need to be free. And this is what the Eight of Cups actually here is inviting you to do. Eight of Cups is all about leaving. So we're seeing your shadow advising you of leaving that energy and to be free to be you. And in this case, the question becomes, how can you do that when you're so tied to this dynamics? There is the Two of Pentacles and Two of Wands. Two of Pentacles in conjunction with the Two of Wands, there's so much hesitation, so much wondering, so much not knowing what step to take, where to go, how to do it. So you don't know how to start. And I feel like this reading with the precipice here is kind of like pushing you to begin, because this would mean in this case that although with the High Priestess card, you don't know where to begin, there's so much doubt and question marks about where to begin, how to do that, to release that energy and be free. The reading is saying to just do it. Interesting. In fact, I feel bad saying that, but it's what your reading is saying. It's not answers that you will find within this reading. It's answers that you will find as you experience that energy, to take that risk and to just go for it. This is Mars in Sagittarius. Can you believe it? It's jumping into it, fiery energy, exploring, getting into it. And I have more to tell you with this card here, but I'm just surprised here with the just starting, because now I have questions for you. The questions are, if you... Yeah, I think I was about to ask your questions. If you just start, then you'll be facing maybe, because I was about to say you'll be facing the things you're worried about. And then I thought, but maybe these things are an illusion. Oh, interesting. So your reading is advising you to jumpstart anyway, to not hold your energy and not be afraid of showing your energy out. You're probably wondering, what if I'm not included? Because that's the whole idea here. What if I'm not included? Eight of Cups, what if I'm abandoned? No, I have to explore this for you. I will explore it for you, although I really feel the reading is inviting you to do something else. So I will do both. I will tell you what the reading is telling you to do, because I think you'll get the most benefit from that. But then I'll help you out with getting more clarification. This, do you see this figure is drinking tea, because it's related to the Buddha concept of drinking tea with your shadow. Have you heard of that before? Inviting your shadow for tea. And it's done by not avoiding your shadow, but it's rather by inviting your shadow in, not being afraid to talk to it, and asking it, what can you do to heal it and to integrate it? So this is done, for example, during meditation. When you go into deep meditation, once you find yourself deep within your meditative state, you at that point ask your shadow. You invite your shadow in. You ask it what it's trying to show you, and you ask it the most important question. So I have this situation. What do you advise me with in order to heal that? And look, you might think, oh, this may sound too good to be true. I have personally tried this, and it gave me miracles with the things I wanted to heal. I haven't done it through meditation. I have done it through sleeping. I find that we get into the same state when we're sleeping, right? When we're about to wake up, there is this time when you've woken up, but you can't just open your eyes straight away. You know that. You need to focus a little bit and squint before you can open your eyes. So during that time, when you've woken up, but you can't just spring out, I ask my mind, my unconscious mind, exactly that concept. I ask it, well, I'm afraid of this, or I want to heal that. What do you advise me with in order to heal it? And I would instantly see a scene or hear something or get an idea instantly. Like, for example, let me give you an example to inspire you with that, because this is what your reading is leading you to. There was once I asked my mind during that time, I said, I'm really afraid of these situations when they happen to me. How can I deal with them? And you know what I heard instantly? I heard my mind saying, it's not so serious. And I was like, okay. I woke up, I thought about it for a while, and I thought, I just got a sentence. It's not so serious. You won't believe me that from then on, when I was facing these circumstances and I started getting these uncontrollable fears, you know, and I told myself, Reem, it's not so serious. They calmed down every single time. And I find myself, you know, my body getting into fears, and I'm like, I get overwhelmed, and I'm about to deal with the situation. I tell myself, it's not so serious. And I find myself instantly calming down. Whereas before I would have to think of things and how to calm myself down, and I have to, you know, hold it and try to deal with the situation. I couldn't believe how a simple sentence of, it's not so serious, I would, if I've thought about it for 1,000 years, I wouldn't have come up with it. Really calm me down. It's like your brain knows what you need. Another time, I'll give you an example because it works every single time. And I'm telling you these examples because I want you to trust in whatever vision, sentence, advice, whatever you hear. So the second time, I asked my brain about how to handle, because it worked. So I was like, okay, so these types of people, I don't know how to deal with. What am I doing wrong, or how can I heal my energy in order to deal with them? So I instantly got a vision of my backbone being elongated and my eyebrows being pushed up a little bit. And I was like, what is that? So I was like, is this my answer? And I'm like, okay, I think maybe at this point I'm just like, maybe it worked the first time, maybe it's not going to work this time. So I went along with my day. I honestly didn't think elongating my back and pushing my eyebrows a little bit up would help me. But then when it was time, I actually did it. I elongated my backbone in the way I've envisioned, and I pushed my eyebrows a little bit, and I've noticed that when I pushed my eyebrows just a little bit up, it kind of like anchored and helped me naturally hold my back upwards. And then I felt stronger in the situation, and I felt comfortable. I didn't feel intimidated, and I felt so natural, and I dealt with it. And I was mind blown. I did it again, and I was flabbergasted. I don't want to react too much, but if I could, I would tell you I was mind blown. I cannot recommend it enough. Trust in the message that you get. This Buddhist concept of inviting your shadow for tea is really true. It works every single time, and I'm inviting you not to doubt the simple solutions that you get. It's just mind-blowing how your mind just knows the root cause of the problem, knows how to fix it. Maybe my body unconsciously went into a certain position that wasn't helping me energetically, or was taking away from my confidence, for example. And I feel like this elongation really, and pushing my eyebrows up, who would have thought about that? Just a little bit. It kind of acted like a nail that pushed the rest of my backbone up. It was fascinating. And it really works. Having shadow, you could meditate, you could do it right before you wake up. You can ask your mind a question every single time you want to wake up with regards to healing something. So although I will explore during your reading how to deal with, perhaps fear of abandonment with the Eight of Cups. That was the fear, abandonment. I don't remember what I thought. It was safety or something, I'm not sure. But it is actually fear of abandonment, and so it's all about fitting in. when you're meant to stand out. This is what you're meant to do. So don't go against your natural energy, my dear pile number 2. And once you do get in touch with that energy, you'll find your power. The Queen of Pentacles is an independent, strong queen that creates her own reality. And you see, the children now are like playful. She's playing with her inner children or inner child, you know, giving them games, and they're relaxed and peaceful, and it's all beautiful. So really, it's going to be helping your inner child heal. So the question is, before I'm going to help you out, but do know the best advice that you're going to get is by inviting your own shadow. So let me get this box so we don't ruin your spread. Whenever we're done, we can just pull it out without ruining it. And we're going to ask, what is your advice when it comes to fear of, thank you, abandonment here? Fear of abandonment, not fitting in, not being part of it. Let's see. So you have 4 and 3. Right, so you have the King of Pentacles. How to heal fear of abandonment. You have Knight of Wands. Wow, look at that. Okay. You have the 7 of Pentacles. That is really interesting. And you have the 8 of Cups. So cool. Do you see this time, the red, remember, that's you. This time, this person is walking away, being nonchalant. It's like, oh, I'm not going to deal with that, and walking away. You know, it's the opposite energy of fear of abandonment. Right. Can you see your cards? I think I may. Yeah, you can see your cards. Okay, there are 3 more cards here. You have, whoa, look at that. Not being triggered with the 5 of Cups. Not caring. 5 of Cups. I'll find a way to put them in. These are rather long cards. You have the 10 of Pentacles. Look at that. You want to play. Your soul wants to play. Your soul wants to play. And, ooh, are you kidding me? You have the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. You're really going to be happy, my dear pile. Happy and super successful with your relationship dynamics with others. You're meant to shine, and don't be afraid. If you bring your energy out, it's going... See, you're doing all of that thinking that you can blend in, right? But you're not. When you bring your energy out, it is when you're really going to connect with people and be part of the group or society as you want. Okay, so we understand the advice coming from that. I'm going to keep this beautiful energy here for you to see it, but then I'm going to use the rest of the cards to show what it wants to say here. I believe it is first and foremost training your mind not to take energy that you don't like, you know? Rejection, abandonment, it's not taking in, not allowing it to affect you. And that's not going to happen straight away. Look at the 7 of Pentacles. I mean, the tree is... you can see blood coming out of a tree, so it is going to hurt, especially in the beginning, right? But it's about learning to see with the hands here, to push these emotions away, saying, no, I'm not going to let these emotions affect me. And it takes time. But once you take the time to heal these emotions, to say, I'm not listening to this, I'm not taking these emotions, I'm not taking these reactions, I'm not taking these energies. And as you train your mind over and over, you see that you start to grow and you start to become that person. So it's about, that's why it says jump into it. Show that energy, get the rejection and say, no, I'm not going to allow that to affect me. over and over and over. And we see that it turns here into the King of Pentacles. It turns you into a strong person that no one can affect with maybe their reactions or their abandonment or whatever they're trying to do. And the Knight of Wands here shows you that you do what you gotta do until you become you again. See, this Knight of Wands is riding on a flea. So their legs is this flea, right? Their hands are this, what is it called? I forgot its name. Crickets, yeah, cricket hands. The wings of a dragonfly, you name it. It's like, it's a creature that has so many insects put together. And we see it's the idea of using whatever you have in the beginning to put yourself out there in the world. This would translate, in my opinion, as fake it until you make it. So fake your strength until you go through the training process of not taking energy that you don't like until you become that strong energy that doesn't need to fake it any longer. But it's about throwing yourself out there, just being you. And once you feel the rejection, try to push it away and forgive yourself in the beginning with the blood here of maybe feeling the hurt, maybe not giving the best impression. Yeah, forgive yourself for that until you become who you're supposed to be. My dear pile number 3. More on how to apply that, you will not believe. I think you should only experience it to believe it, really. It's about inviting your shadow in and asking it. No one is going to give you better advice than your own shadow. I mean, even your cards are pointing towards that. Your shadow will give you the best vision of it, the best keyword, the best thing to tell yourself, or the best advice. You will hear something, you will see something right away as you ask your mind, and just take it in. Maybe you won't understand it right away, but trust it and apply it and see how this applies directly into helping you heal with this situation. And my dear pile number 3, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I wish you the best of luck. I know you're supposed to heal this. I know you're supposed to shine bright and be perhaps one of the most charming and alluring people of this world. And it's obviously part of your path because you're born this way. You're meant to exude that type of energy. So exude it, my dear pal number 3, and don't go against your own nature. This is exactly what I see, and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book if you're interested in achieving your dreams and goals and becoming a productive person right away. Please check this book out. It's small, straight to the point. You won't procrastinate reading it, but really you'll find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook. And my dear pile number 3, thank you so much for tuning in. Wishing you the best of luck. Please release you. It's meant to go out. And I'll catch you in the next reading.